you want to sound more British instantly, or you're just curious and you want to know what phrases British people use on a daily basis, this video is for you. Let's start with the first phrase. That's not my cup of tea. Yes, of course, British people love drinking tea, so that's why this expression makes sense. If you say, that's not my cup of tea, what you're trying to say is, that's not really my thing. That's not for me. You don't really like that. British people use this expression when something is just not for them. For example, if you don't like football and somebody says, let's watch the football match tonight, you could say, football, that's not my cup of tea. Another example could be with films. Horror films, they're not my cup of tea. The weird thing about this expression is that it actually sounds more polite than just saying, I don't like that. It's a very natural expression, it's very British, it's indirect, and it's polite. Now let's move on to the second expression. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. What this expression really means is I don't have the energy, motivation, or I just simply don't want to do something. In Britain, people use this all the time. Example, I can't be bothered to cook tonight. Or, I can't be bothered to go to the gym tonight. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're lazy. It just means that you simply don't feel like doing it. Do you want to go out tonight? Nah, I can't be bothered. Very British energy. Okay, this third one I love. Are you taking the piss? Meaning, are you serious? Are you joking? Are you making fun of me? This informal expression is also very common in the UK. Let me show you with an example. £300 for those shoes. Are you taking the piss? Another example. You ate my pizza. Are you taking the piss? So when something sounds ridiculous, unfair, or unbelievable, you can say, are you taking the piss? This is informal slang. Don't say this in a job interview. Let's go with the fourth one. Another very British expression. You're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. You are having a laugh. This one means you must be joking. Are you having a laugh? British people often use this when they think something is unbelievable. Example, £15 for a sandwich? You're having a laugh. Or, you want me to wake up at 5 a.m. on holiday? You're having a laugh. This phrase is often used in funny or exaggerated situations. And honestly, British people love complaining humorously. Actually, it is very similar to are you taking the piss? But are you taking the piss is more slang and informal. Although this is also informal, I would say are you taking the piss is much more informal. Okay, let's have a look at the fifth one. What are you on about? So what you're saying is, what are you talking about? What are you on about? What are you talking about? This expression is very conversational and casual, and British people use it all the time with their family and friends. What are you on about? Examples. What are you on about? I never said that. What are you on about? That's completely wrong. The sixth phrase is, give us a hand. Give us a hand. Instead of saying give me a hand, give us a hand. Yes, give us a hand. It means help me. It's a natural British expression, and a very good example could be if, for example, you've gone shopping and you've got a load of bags, you could say to the other person, give us a hand. Help me with these bags, please. Give us a hand. Another good example could be, imagine if you are moving a big table and you're doing it on your own, the other person is just watching, you could say, hey you, give us a hand. Okay, the seventh one. This is also a very British expression. Instead of saying, I'll call you, you can say, I'll give you a ring. So what it means is, I'll call you later. Some good examples could be, I'll give you a ring tomorrow, or give me a ring when you arrive to know that you're safe. give me a ring. And yes, even though phones don't really ring anymore, British people still use this expression. Now this one is extremely British. It's doing my head in. What it means is it's annoying me a lot. It's doing my head in. Imagine a very annoying noise, like some drilling next door. You could say, it's doing my head in. Or imagine you're stuck in a traffic jam. You could say, it's doing my head in. So British people tend to use this when a situation is extremely annoying. By the way, you can use it for loud noises, annoying people, stress, and too much work, amongst other situations. You could also say, you are doing my head in if somebody, a person, is annoying you. You're doing my head in. Imagine somebody is like speaking a lot. You're doing my head in. Very useful phrase to know if you've got an annoying friend. The 9th phrase is, I've had enough. I've had enough. It seems simple, but British people use this all the time. I've had enough. The meaning of this phrase is, I'm frustrated and I don't want more of something. Imagine there's been really bad weather for a few weeks. You could say, I've had enough of this weather. I've had enough. You can use this phrase if you're tired, frustrated, stressed, or annoyed. I've had enough. Let me show you some other examples. I've had enough of studying today. Imagine at work. I've had enough of all these meetings. Too much. I'm stressed. I've had enough. And finally, our 10th expression. You all right? In Britain, if somebody asks you, you all right? You may be thinking, am I all right? Yes, I'm okay. Well, they're not really asking you if you're okay or not. They're just saying hi. You all right? Hi. It means hi. Hello. Or it could even mean, how are you? How are you? You all right? How are you? You all right? You can imagine somebody saying you're all right and you getting all worried, like, do I look ill or something? So if somebody says you're all right and they're British, it just means, hello, how are you? Some typical ways to answer this could be, yeah, not bad. Yeah, good, thanks. If you go to the UK, you will definitely hear this expression. So those are 10 expressions that British people use all the time in Britain. If you do actually start using some of these phrases with British people, believe me, you will sound much more native to them. By the way, which expression was your favourite? Let me know in the comments. In my last video, I focused more on words that British people use all the time in the UK. Very interesting video. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out. I'll leave it here for you. And that way you can continue learning how to sound like a Brit. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a like. Thank you.